Hey there, storytellers. Welcome back to my channel. Please ignore the towel wrap. I just got out of the shower, and while I was in the shower, I was thinking about Nanowrimo prep, which I know might be a little bit weird, but I do some of my best thinking in the shower. I was in there getting ready to go to my second job, and it kind of hit me. I have two jobs, and while I made time for Vlogoween, it was a little bit different because I didn't mind filming at weird different times. I just sort of do it whenever I felt like I could squeeze it in, but I wanted to be a little bit more disciplined about my Nanowrimo writing schedule because I'm hoping that I can get it to transition through November. You know, Vlogoween was a capsule 1 month of a video every day. Nanowrimo, I want to obviously spend the month focusing on, but I'd like it to continue on past November so that I can build a more regular writing practice. So I thought I'd go through their prep resources that they have on the website, and I found a quiz called What's the Best Nanowrimo Writing Schedule for You? So I decided, let's take this quiz and see if I can figure out when the sort of ideal time for me to work on my writing would be. That's all the intro I think you need, so let's get right on into this. Question 1, after I start the quiz. Question 1. How many people do you usually make dinner for? Somebody else makes dinner for me, just me and one other person, me and multiple other people. I split the cooking with another person or people. Who has time for dinner? And seeing as I do split the cooking, but seeing as a majority of the time when a meal is being cooked, it is I who cooks it, I will go with the me and one other person answer. Question 2. Where are you most likely to be found on the weekends? Hanging out with some friends, running errands, or on my way to pick up or drop off, catching up on my Netflix queue, at work or studying, rock climbing, going to a concert, hosting a dinner for friends, I gotta stay busy, or writing. And I am usually at work on the weekends. I almost always work on the traditional weekend days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Question 3. Which image of an animal below do you most identify with? We have some ducks, a sloth, a bumblebee, a little dog playing with a sprinkler, some ants, or a cat chilling on a couch. And I have to say I most identify with that cat chilling on the couch. Question 4. How much sleep do you get on an average every night? 8+ hours, 6 to 8 hours, less than 6 hours. Sleep? What's sleep? I want to say generally I'm in bed, it's somewhere in the 6 to 8 range. Question 5, I think. Which fictional character do you most identify with? We've got a Time Lord. It says, I've got all the time in the universe, literally. We have the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. The hurrier I go, the behinder I get. We have, I believe, Hermione Granger. Packed schedule, no problem. All it takes is a ton of organization and a little magic. The one image isn't loading, so I don't know what it's for, but it does say, I work real hard each and every day. Now things for sure are going my way. And then, last but not least, we have Crush from Finding Nemo that says, I just go with the flow. And while I like to go with the flow, I don't know that that's always my vibe. I think I definitely relate to the hurrier I go, the behinder I get, but I think I just go with the flow. Question 6. What best describes your current approach to Nanowrimo? I will reach 50,000 words at all costs. Let's just try this out. Ask me again in a week or so. I'm nervous about whether I'm going to be able to do this, or I plan to put in a meaningful effort and see what I'm able to accomplish, however many words that might be. That last one is definitely my vibe. Question 7. How predictable is your schedule? I've got my schedule planned out a month or more in advance. I don't expect any surprises. I can mostly plan out my schedule, but things might change week to week. I don't have a lot of control over my schedule. Sometimes things pop up the next day that I just can't predict or control. I don't have any control over my schedule. It's hard for me to plan even a day or two ahead or schedule. Who keeps a schedule? I just go with the flow. And that's not entirely accurate. I do have a fairly scheduled week most weeks, but things do change a little bit week to week. So we're going to go with option 2. I can mostly plan out my schedule, but things might change. And I think we're on the last question, question 8, I believe. How much extra time do you think you could find in your normal day to write? And I think because I have found at least an hour or more to do Nanowrimo every day, I can find something around that. But our options are, I could find several large chunks of time by waking up early, staying up later, or rescheduling some of my responsibilities or social engagements. I could find some extra time on the weekends, probably. I could find a couple small chunks of time, like during my lunch, before bed, or while I'm waiting for the bus. My schedule is already pretty tight. I don't think I could find any extra time, or I already have a lot of time built into my schedule for writing. I don't. I could probably find a couple small chunks of time here and there. Like I said, I did manage to find some for Vlogoween, so I think logically that could transition into finding a more regular time for writing. Ooh, I was wrong. Not the last question. Question 9, I believe. Which writing tool would you choose in a Harry Potter, the wand chooses the wizard type situation? Go with your gut. There's a quill, a typewriter, a composition notebook, a laptop. I don't actually know what the next device is technically called. Or a phone, and I definitely wouldn't use my phone. I mean, probably a typewriter. Okay, my results. It says weekends are for writing. Your weekday hours are claimed by work, school, or related tasks. How to make this writing thing work? Find smaller chunks of time to write from Monday to Friday, and then stretch into more writing time on the weekends, which is kind of amusing considering I work all weekend. But did you know that the weekend was only formally adopted in the U.S. in 1940, thanks to unions and the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938? Fun facts. Fit in a few writing bursts every weekday, then split 6 hours of writing over the weekend. Make Saturday an abbreviated writing workshop day from 9 to 3, or structure your Saturdays and Sundays to include 2 to 3 hour writing sessions or 3 2-hour sessions. If you're used to lazy Sunday mornings, remember that you're only sacrificing them for a month so that you can push yourself creatively. You can do this. The structure: 2 40-minute writing sessions every weekday, 6 hours of writing every weekend. The goal: 800 words every weekday, 4,250 words every day of the weekend. Oh my gosh. If you're shooting for the 50,000 word mark. Wow. Try this. Leave a hook during your Friday writing session. Stop in the middle of a scene or even a sentence so that you can dive right into the thick of things when you begin again. Interesting. So obviously, like I said, I work the typical weekend days almost every day, but the nature of my job is that often I work very early in the morning and can find time in the afternoons to do things. I'm just usually tired. But I think since I won't be doing the sort of grueling task of filming and editing and uploading a video every day, I'll just be sitting at the computer and spilling words out, and then I can stop and just leave it as is. The time that I put in to do that will be the time that I put in to do that. I won't need to come back to it to edit or post or anything like that, which was definitely taking up a lot of time this month. But I think if I am flexible in the way I view this structure, and I take weekend days as sort of the days that I have off, and view that as a weekend day, and sort of use that to structure a workshop for myself, and use like my next shortest work day to act also as a weekend day, even though I'll be going to work, I might actually be able to get this sort of writing schedule worked into my life. So I'm gonna give it a go. I'll see what I can come up with for my sort of structure for Nanowrimo, but that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by leaving a like down below. If you're planning to do Nanowrimo, that would be fun for me to know about. I'd love just to know that there's someone I know out in the community also working on it. But if you want to keep up with me and all my bookish and future writing adventures, you can go ahead and click the subscribe button, and you should definitely ring the little bell so that you don't miss a beat. Vlogoween is only 2 days left after this video, so that'll be the end of Vlogoween. You won't be missing me. I will be posting in November, just not quite as gruelingly frequently, but I will see you again tomorrow with another video. Bye!